So here's where it gets weird. Because there's controversy here. And I see why, but I also don't. I think that this child who was raised by this maniac mother who wasn't abusive physically, who wasn't on the outside an abusive woman, because she's worse than that. Yeah. She's a closet narcissist, right? Maniacal, manipulative psychopath. I like to care, but I don't know. Your words can't shake my bones. Though I'm stronger than you know. Your fire can't melt my soul. No.
Do a little chatting.
Yep.
Piss a few people off. A lot more than a few, probably. Everyone.
We're gonna piss a lot of people off, but I think we're gonna also make a lot of people happy because we're gonna say what they want to say, what they're thinking. We're gonna say the quiet part out loud.
If you don't find something to relate to, like, get out of here.
Get out.
Look right in the eyes. Get out.
I'm just kidding. Bye.
In the shadows, I found my light. In the chaos, I found my fight.
We're excited to announce that we're partnering with GhostBed. Their mattresses are crazy comfortable and super cool, literally, thanks to their patented cooling technology. And they ship right to your door. If you're ready to level up your sleep,
head on over to ghostbed.com/unfiltered for 10% off their already insanely low prices.
Scary low. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Unfiltered and Unfazed. I'm your host, Tessa.
I'm Heather.
Yeah, we have something crazy to talk about today, honestly.
We're
Yeah, I mean, everything right now, I feel like is like, today's been crazy.
Today is, what is the date?
September 10th.
Today is September 10th. And we're recording. I considered not, because I was not doing well for the day because of what happened and what I witnessed online.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we all know, I believe there was another school shooting today as well. Charlie Kirk. And I don't say her name right, and I'd like to show her that respect.
Right.
Do you know how to pronounce it?
No. Hold on. Let's look it up because
I want to say it properly. But the killing and assassination and senseless murders that are occurring, I don't give a flying, you know what,
right? What
your political stance is, what your beliefs are.
100%.
It's gotta end.
Yeah, no, we were talking about it.
Too,
we were talking about it earlier, and it's really not the revolution that you think it is. It's not like literally this person to be targeted is I feel like directly targeting freedom of speech in America.
100%.
Which I don't want to get too far into it, obviously, like we talked about. But
yeah, I'm not even in a mental capacity to talk about it because
exactly.
I'm gonna get the show canceled.
Well, yeah. Well, and because you saw, I didn't see. I
warned people. Do not.
I was warned by Heather.
See this. Do not look at it. If your curiosity gets you and you feel the need to, that's on you. But I regret seeing the front row, not the far away one, the front row view of that, and it was really bad. That is a human being, and his children have that all over the internet.
Wait, are you talking about the girl
the
that
stabbing,
was
the train stabbing?
Yeah. Her name is Irina.
I didn't know if it was Irina or I just wanted to say it properly.
It's Irina and then Zaratutska.
Okay.
Yeah. Irina Zaratutska.
So,
I saw most of that video. I did not see the actual.
Also, don't.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I don't know always that what I'm going to see.
Yeah.
And then it's too late.
Yeah. And
I regret it.
Yeah.
But that was also absolutely horrifying. So again, it doesn't matter
right
what your political beliefs are.
It doesn't matter at all.
religious beliefs are, where your stance is on pretty much anything in life, those are humans.
100%. And whether you agree,
it was all senseless. Each one was senseless. I don't care what 100%.
Whether you agree with what someone has to say or not, like, that doesn't give you the right to kill them.
No.
You know,
and like slaughter them
or target them for literally no reason, like innocently sitting on a train minding on that girl literally actually sources said that she actually was like a huge supporter of like the Black Lives Movement matter, and she was like to the point she had like flags in her own home, and like I think that's crazy, like, because when you're targeting these people, like the thing is, like, some people are allies, and even if they're not allies, that doesn't give you the right to kill them.
Correct.
Like,
there is no justification, there's no excuse. I'm sick. I was physically ill and physically shooken up. This like rocked me to the core seeing that, and that this man's sitting there unaware of what's about to happen. She was sitting there unaware of what's about to happen, and many others. Okay, we're not saying these are the only two exist and the only that matter.
Right.
All of it is heinous, disgusting, and needs to stop.
Right.
You know, this has been going on for a long time.
Yeah, a really long time, and that's the hardest.
I do think it's getting.
No, it's definitely getting worse. It's getting progressively worse. I think it's very obvious that the state of our country is like, it literally feels like everyone is walking on eggshells right now because nobody knows what we can do. Like,
I mean, we prayed about it a lot in our church group tonight. Like, and that's the thing, is nobody was like, pray for conservative Christians. Like, no, they were like, pray for our nation, pray for our world, pray for our country, pray for everyone. So like, it's like,
I don't think
the hate and division is wild.
It's so crazy because like, and you know, I don't expect everyone to have the same viewpoints in religion and like spirituality as I do and everything like that. But like, I mean, be so fucking for real. You have to stop killing people. Like that. Like there is no reason to murder. There's no reason to murder. Like, and that's not the same. When I'm in self-defense, shut the fuck up. Sorry. There's no reason to murder.
I said today, I be cursing. I'm like, these people have me cursing.
Yeah.
And I've been doing
And you've been doing really well. Yeah, you've been doing really good.
And today, I'm like livid on the celebrating.
Yeah.
Like, I just disassociate. Like, I disassociate when I start having dark thoughts. The celebrating of this, or people saying, well, we were hoping for Trump, but we'll take Charlie Kirk. That's fine.
And what would either of those things actually solve? Be so for real. What would either of those things actually solve?
Mentally ill. I have no words. And again, that doesn't even, I don't care what political party you are. I don't care what your beliefs are. I don't care if you're liberal. I don't care if you're conservative. I don't care at this point. I am so beyond caring that anybody would celebrate someone's neck getting literally blown out.
Yeah.
That has children and a wife. Nobody should be okay with that. You're mentally ill.
Right.
If you are celebrating that and or not disturbed by that.
Right.
So again, I think that it's people trying to be part of some movement or fit in.
Right.
And the people that are celebrating this are mentally ill and don't fit in anywhere. So they're like, oh, I belong with these people that are celebrating this.
Right.
Which is, again, whatever. When I say these people
celebrating it, I
don't know what that means.
That's literally whoever is out there celebrating it. And I've seen a lot of things that are like, you know, this is what, you know, this and that, whatever. I really truly don't want to get into like too much more like the brass tacks of things, but I have personally seen, and I understand not sobbing for somebody that you didn't like.
Right.
I understand, you know, feeling even feeling.
I don't even understand that sometimes because.
Well, I mean, it's sometimes hard for me to cry, so I understand. Like,
I understand not being like, personally affected, but watching somebody's neck get blown out and knowing that their wife and children are probably going to have to see that one day and or hear about it constantly. Yeah, like that should affect you, whether that you know them personally. It's still publicly out there. Yeah, and being broadcast like. But I get what you're saying. Like, you know, I'm not saying you have to sit there and bawl. I did.
And
it was,
if you don't, some people don't even know who this person is. So like, I understand, like, even the feeling of indifference. I can understand those feelings.
Like, oh, that's unfortunate.
Right. Like, I don't know that person. Right. Like, I don't feel anything about it, but like, you know, it is what it is. But I do not, and I cannot understand the celebration of a murder.
Ever.
Like, especially someone who literally didn't deserve it.
It's not like, even so just what? A celebration.
He said some shit that pissed people off.
Right. Exactly. So freedom of speech only matters to...
Right. Freedom of speech only matters if people are agreeing with what you're saying.
Things like, I feel bad for the bullet.
Yeah.
I pray that you don't ever have to see a family member get their head or neck blown off.
Right. Just for standing up for something that they believed in. Just for being brave enough to like stand on a podium and share a message that they believe in. Like, do I agree with everything this person has? No, God, no. But do I think that they have the right as an American citizen to be able to stand on a podium and express their opinions in a public forum without getting murdered? Yeah, I do think people should have the right to do that. Like,
I mean, even the people that were debating him, so should they be killed because they disagreed? Like, I don't.
Right. It's like, we're just going to murder everyone that disagrees with us. And that's not the C word.
Right.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. So, you know, we had an episode planned. We're going to continue it, and not in disrespect for all things that have happened in the past week.
Right.
It's partially because I've expressed, like, I mentally can't do it.
Yeah.
I just can't.
Yeah.
That's a reason. And, but it's not meant with any trying to minimize it, disrespect it, not honor it. But it's so fresh. All of this is so fresh, and just
it literally happened hours
images,
ago.
Yeah. Seeing the images of that, seeing the images of that young girl just look up like at the guy in such fear after being stabbed in the neck. So all these things, it's like all these like neck slaughters are just like absolutely crazy. So we just had to honor it. You know, we're praying for all people involved, including these heinous, evil people that are doing these things.
Yeah, and their families, because like...
And their families.
It's got to be atrocious having a family member that's capable of doing something like that.
I had my faith. My faith was tested today several times because I felt that hate. I was like, these I felt that hate for the people that are doing this. I started feeling hateful. Yeah. And I was like, nope, you got to pray for these people. Church helped a lot tonight. Yeah. So again, that was a moment of, I don't care what your religious beliefs are, but we all came together, unified. Nobody was talking about negativity or division. We were talking about praying for everybody. And, I think that's what is needed more.
Right. Yeah.
In some way.
I agree.
The division and the hate is like not doing anything good for anybody.
Yeah.
Anybody.
Right. I don't think I completely agree. The literal only way for us to move forward as a country is together in unity. And you can't have unity if you're constantly just pointing out everybody's differences.
We're not saying that there can't be disagreements on things or different views and beliefs, but hate and division and heinous, evil slaughtering of people, like, haven't we progressed from that? I mean, where are we thinking that this is acceptable,
right?
And that this is going to help any situation or help any movement or help any party or side or this is not, like you said, this is not
it's not the movement that you think that it is. It's not the revolution that you think it is. It's not. It's not, because like, and there's literally groups of people in America that are literally doing this on purpose to incite rage,
division.
And so that's the thing that makes me the most frustrated, is because when we let situations like this divide us and make us celebrate the death of someone who was very young and had just started a family, it's like, okay, but like they're winning when that happens. So really, I think we should all just like come together and like be here to support one another. And you know, that's what I've been doing personally in my life. I know that's what you've been doing personally in your life. So you really have to do your part to uplift others and be a better person.
Even like forget, aside from obviously the victims, I don't think how people even realize, because I've seen up close and personal these type of injuries. And let me tell you something. The people that were on the train that actually finally came and tried to help her, not the coward pieces of shit that just sat there or walked away.
Yeah.
But their life is different now. They're traumatized. I'm telling you right now.
Forever.
They're traumatized for the rest of their life. The people that witnessed what happened there, and even people that didn't see it but were involved in the fear and the running and this, you know.
Right.
All those people are traumatized
for the rest of
their life.
Yeah.
Not saying they can't move on and function in life, but they're traumatized for the rest of their lives.
Right.
So the amount of impact this has, I'm traumatized from seeing it online. Okay. So I can imagine in person. And I've seen, like I said, I've seen things and injuries of this nature in person, and it still traumatized me by seeing it online. Like,
that's crazy.
Traumatized me to the point where like I said, I was physically like, I was like sweating, dizzy. I was like, Tyler, I am going to pass out.
Yeah.
I don't care how dramatic that sounds. So I don't know if it was a PTSD thing.
Right.
But that was absolutely horrifying what I saw.
No, I agree. I didn't see it.
For both instances.
Thanks to you. I didn't. I
have
like no
my
desire.
point of posting that and saying, I need you to understand, if you are going to see this, I'm warning you.
Right.
Because nobody was warning. Nobody warns anybody.
No.
I get they put trigger warning, or there's no warning of how absolutely horrific that image was. Like, it is like replaying in my head just like it was when I saw what I saw.
Yeah. 100%.
And again, this is, I know, obviously I know who he is. And I did watch him a lot. And again, there was something, it doesn't even matter that I didn't agree with, but most things I did. And, you know, I was a fan of his, but that also doesn't matter. If I saw that happen to any human being, a stranger that was on the street, I'd be just as horrified.
Right.
So,
exactly.
With that being said, we wanted to touch on it and at least show them the respect, and acknowledge, that we understand how horrific all the things that have been happening in the past year, are, you know, and we'll leave it at that.
Yeah, I think that's a good place to let that one be for a little while.
Let it, it needs to just.
Because obviously we know that in the following days we're gonna find out so much information, and there's all the conspiracy theories, I'm sure we'll all touch of this, on it again. But right now, all of this is so fresh, all of this is so damaging, and it just needs to be for a second. Yeah, I agree. So with that being said, hopefully, our topic for today isn't really much better. Like, it's also horrifying. So we'll get into that. Yeah, we are going to cover Miss Kendra from Unknown Caller. No, it's not Unknown Caller. Unknown Number. Unknown Number. Unknown Number Netflix special. High School Catfish. That's what it's called. Which I just want to start right off the bat before we even like dive into any of it. And we'll go from the start to finish. Completely disagree with it being called that. Because it's not a high school catfish. No. It's a pedophile. Okay. I just feel like it's really important. I feel like it's really important when talking about this documentary that we, you know, call a duck because it is walking like a duck, it is quacking like a duck. So I'm thinking probably a duck. And especially like Netflix failed on that. Oh, 100% they failed on that. The little end part where they touch on it, and then Owen for like says, 2 seconds. Yeah, and then Owen expresses how he feels that way as well. Yeah, because of all the things, all the ways she made him uncomfortable and all of that stuff. Like, she would cut. Anyways, I have the timeline of events, so we can just have like a cohesive flow through it. Okay. So for those of you who don't know, this is a story about 2 literal what they met when they were like 12
They were
years
12.
old.
Yep. Dated for a couple of years. They were first loves.
They were like
sweethearts.
Yeah. And it was
very small town. Very small town.
Owen and Lauren.
Owen and Lauren.
And Lauren. Yeah. Because I keep thinking Low, but I'm like, well, hold on. No, that was just from the messages, which I'm not reading them. I don't have them prepared to read. It's just
I remember some. So
I remember some. I can say like what some of them were like, kind of not verbatim, but like roughly. But basically, they meet. They're dating. Okay, so October 2020 is when it begins. Okay, there's the anonymous messages appear targeting the now 13-year-old Lauren Licari.
Now, this was also being sent in a group chat with her and Owen in it.
Yeah,
that's Lauren and her boyfriend started receiving unknown number text messages to a group
Well, it was
chat.
just the first message was October of 2020. It was only one message, and this is the one that Kendra Licari swears I didn't send that first
and they were
message.
Like, no, we don't have any other.
I was like, they literally saw your fucking IP address. Anyways,
no, I know. I watched it today, so it's fresh.
Lauren Licari and Owen McKinney. And then they stopped after a short period of time. So then there's no messages until September of 2021. So almost a year later, 11 months later.
The first messages were definitely made it seem like it was just a kid at school because they were about a Halloween party.
Yeah.
And that they don't want Lauren there. Most of it was targeted to Lauren at first.
It said that like Owen doesn't want you. He's coming to this Halloween party with me.
Leave you. He doesn't like
you. And we're both DTF. That's what it said.
Yeah, and that they're gonna go. The nobody else wants her at the Halloween party, and the Halloween party was thrown by a girl named Chloe. Chloe was popular girl, pretty girl, good at sports, kind of known to be a little blunt.
People
and brass.
Owen said that she was mean,
which comes out later as explainable.
Yeah.
So then in September they come back. The texts start coming back, and they kind of were like, "Oh darn it, we thought we got rid of this."
Yeah, and they were like escalating in like frequency and severity. Like it wasn't just like he doesn't want to be with you anymore. It started getting like
it got really sexual. And even the detectives were like, dang, even the superintendent of the school was like, man, I'm in my 50s and it made me blush.
Yeah.
They were starting to get into things like, he doesn't want your flat anorexic ass and your flat tits. He wants my creamy pussy.
Yeah.
And his fingers and his this and his that.
Like
and
in
just
me. Yeah. It was like a
really
lot.
Getting.
No, it was so pedophilic. And that's what I'm saying. So like if you took this and it was a man that was saying this to a young girl, like it would be prison.
We haven't gotten to that yet.
Yeah.
But so it started getting more and more sexual and, graphic and just hurt yourself. And then it progressed and it kept progressing. Like you said, it started going from like a couple messages a day to like 50. Yeah. 3 o'clock in the morning. Like torment.
I think it was almost in total like roughly like 36,000 messages.
They said
in the span of
there
like
was
2
938
years.
pages, I think.
Yeah, there was a lot of pages
of text.
Because if you just did the math,
so those are not just one text each paper. That's like full papers of text.
Yeah.
And they weren't like the screenshots. They got it from the phone company that were showing like words. So that's like
that's insane.
So now at this point, they're starting now at this point the school and the police are like,
well, yeah. So
we need to look
so
into this.
What happened is there was one day Lauren came home and she was acting really depressed, and her dad was like, oh, what's wrong? And she revealed about the text messages, and her mom was like, oh, don't worry about it, don't take it personal, like you're not ugly. Like, okay, what? Okay, I kind of understand why she was part of the documentary, but also in the same breath, like, how psychotic are you to sit there and speak in this documentary, act like you don't know who sent those messages?
Well, I mean, there was even in the interview, she was crying. The mother, by the way, was crying and said, I just started getting nervous that somebody could harm my child and she was in danger. And oh my God. So
I'm like, yeah. And the call's coming from inside the house.
100%. So
you're the danger.
Then it starts getting to a point. What's your next bullet point?
It's just talking about, how the mom like finally I can't remember, Jill.
Now Jill is Owen's mom and Owen's the boyfriend of Lauren.
Yeah.
So Jill gets very involved and her and Kendra, which is Lauren's mom,
they're actually
become
best
partners
friends
in crime.
Yeah.
To fight against
to try to
this.
solve this.
So now
crime.
they're showing up at the school. They're like on the good fight. Like, okay, we know this person and this person. Mind you, Lauren's mother, Kendra, is the basketball coach. She coached her baseball.
Yeah.
She's very involved in the school. She's at all school events.
Yeah. Well, she wasn't the coach. She was just a volunteer.
She was one of the her basketball team coaches.
Yeah, but it wasn't the official coach. Like that was the loophole to it. She was a volunteer coach, which meant she like assisted the basketball coaches. So that's how she was always at everything.
Right. And she which also gave her the information to know, cuz they started getting frightened because she knew details about things like, oh, I knew you were at the basketball game.
Right.
So now Lauren and Owen are getting startled, like this person like has to be at this school, like this person knows what we're doing, where we are, who we're with, and they're like starting to be like, are we in danger?
Well, I mean, because that's terrifying. Like people are saying, because she said something about like, because that at the basketball game, that's when she started trying to frame
so what
Chloe.
happened was she said in the text, she sent her daughter a text and said, I scored high. I got the highest score today. So then what the school did was look through the score pad, which Kendra provided them.
Yeah.
Because she was the scorekeeper. Okay. Let's just keep this all together.
Right.
She was the scorekeeper. And she said, oh, there's somebody that scored 12 points. That was the highest amount of points. And it was Chloe. And as we talked about before, Chloe was the girl who threw the Halloween party.
Right.
So now people go, oh, it's got to be
it must be Chloe because she has a crush on Owen.
Even at some point,
mean.
people were saying it was Lauren sending it to herself.
Yeah.
Okay? Because they were like, she's just trying to get attention.
Right.
But that got pretty quickly debunked because of the nature.
Although there are things like that do happen like that.
Oh, yeah.
It was not.
Yeah. It was explored and it was very quickly. But then they really dove deep into Chloe, which her father was a police officer. Or is. I don't, I'm not sure. But her mother's pretty tough cookie. I enjoyed her mother a lot. At first I was like, gosh, her mom's pretty harsh, but totally 100% there with her. Cause she was like, she did the typical, no, my daughter's not doing this. My daughter's
and
not
her
this.
dad allegedly sent a message to the detective
and said,
hey, I think it's
involved.
Kendra.
Yes.
I think Kendra's involved.
So then, people started with well, it's cause her dad's a police officer. She's not going to get in trouble. She's going to get off. And Jill started saying, well, he could make things disappear, which I mean, maybe in a small town, but let's calm down.
I guess because it's a tiny town, maybe, but like also like what you could have done, and this is the one thing, like I don't think that Jill's a bad mom.
No,
but I think that why did you not take the phone?
So while this is all going on, these texts are ramping up. Now they're starting to say, "Kill yourself."
Yeah,
they're starting to say
that's before. So what happens in between that is Lauren and Owen break up.
Hey guys, we're excited to announce that we're partnering up with Tasty Gains. They have pre-workout and creatine gummies, which makes it super convenient to get it in a tasty, easy dose. So they are going to be coming out with a woman's line. So stay tuned for that and check them out at tastygains.com.
Over a century ago in 1910, the Flexner Report, funded by John D. Rockefeller and the Carnegie Foundation, re-engineered medical education from a holistic, whole-body approach, which appropriately treated the body as an interconnected system, to a compartmentalized approach under the guise of specialized medicine. They shut down or consolidated medical schools, marginalized naturopathic, homeopathic, and chiropractic medicine, replacing them with symptom management and synthetic drugs. Allopathy is a marketing strategy rooted in fear and manipulated science. This philosophy carried into veterinary medicine, resulting in over-vaccination, unnecessary surgeries, and manufactured food, just like they did for people. They call it care, but it's predatory and based in profitability. The truth? Toxicity, compromised immunity, and chronic inflammation. They're not fate. They're engineered. And so is your power to undo them. We built 3 targeted formulas to return the body to homeostasis for pets and people. To detox, defend, and restore. We are the correction to decades of corruption. We are vengeance.
Yes.
Yeah. And Owen starts dating another girl from a different town.
But she started saying the suicide. She started telling her to kill herself before and said, Owen's better off without you, this and that. She started the violence before. It ramped up even worse than we're talking about. But when they interviewed Jill, the detective literally goes, so have you taken his phone away and gotten him a new one, changed his phone number? And oddly, she was like, well, I have his phone, so right now he just doesn't have one, but I still have it. And she's like holding the phone and he's like, get rid of it.
Right.
Get him a new number.
Right.
Get out of
Get
this.
him a new phone.
Get away from
Get
it.
him a new phone.
Which a lot have criticized that sheriff because I think it was Sheriff Maine because they were like, you didn't do enough at this point. Which he's like, I've exhausted all my resources. Which then he did. He went to the FBI.
Yeah.
Which he's like, they can get more. And they started subpoenaing and getting search warrants for phone records, for devices, for this, for that. And that takes time. And, you know, they did not ignore it.
Yeah. No, but that's what I'm saying. They're like, he didn't do enough. The first thing they needed to do was get him off that phone.
Right. And
like,
Lauren.
And Lauren too. And her mom said something along the lines of, and it makes me so disgusted, where she was like, well, I didn't want her to have to go through the horrors of having to get a whole new phone number. And I'm like, you're bully. You're the one that's doing this to her. Like,
so then Lauren and Owen FaceTimes Lauren and says, I'm so sorry. I've been here for this, but it's now become too much for me.
Yeah.
And he admits that he was like, this is too much.
Yeah.
And not because I don't love you and not because I don't want to be with you, but because clearly this is what they want and we have to try to stop this.
Yeah.
So we have to break up.
I don't remember that happening.
Yeah. So
I thought it happened that Lauren broke up with him.
Nope. So she said, should we just break up?
Yeah.
And then he FaceTimed her and said, I have to break up with you.
Yeah.
And he's like, and it broke my heart.
Yeah.
And he goes, and I'm hoping that this ends everything and this stops everything.
Right.
So, and he did it on FaceTime. And so they break up and everyone probably thought this will stop because the texter was, they called her the texter, was very big on them breaking up and that
like that was the whole like Owen doesn't want you, Owen wants me,
and saying
you're not putting out, you're not giving him enough BJs, like stuff like that. It was so weird. And they're kids. They're 13.
Like,
I think 14 by the time like that stuff was happening, but like even that's a child.
Like saying disgusting things that he wants me, he makes me do this, that, and all the above, and like really just gross things that shouldn't be said, period, but let alone from who it's being said by.
Right.
So then Owens goes to a sporting event and meets another young girl.
Right.
In like Pickney or something.
I don't remember the name.
It's like 2 hours away.
Yeah.
And they start dating. Okay. And he's like, he goes, I felt happy for the first time in years because this has been torment. I mean, these kids were starting to become suicidal.
Yeah.
And Owen's mom found a text on his phone that he replied to the texter and said, do you realize you're making me suicidal? Yeah. And so, which he didn't tell anybody. She found that on the phone. But these kids are like being tormented for like over a year. Yeah. And who gets a text?
It's crazy. That girl's mom.
And the new girlfriend's mom, 2 hours away, has nothing to do with anybody or anything. So this maniac psychopath finds this mother's phone number and texts her.
Yeah, it's actually insane. Like, it's crazy because like, and the other thing is like, it's not just that. Like, she was trying so hard to frame Chloe that like she even changed, like when Chloe went on vacation to Florida, she even changed it to make it look like it was coming from Florida.
Yeah. She knew she was on vacation,
which is crazy. So now you're stalking Chloe too.
Yes.
Like,
that's what I'm saying. Like now she's like, you know what? I'm gonna stick with this Chloe thing.
Yeah.
So now Chloe is like losing friends. Chloe's parents are like having problems. She's starting to get depressed. Like all this stuff is happening with all these people involved.
Yeah.
Everybody's like doesn't know who to trust anymore.
Yeah.
And these texts, like we said, started ramping up even more after they broke up. And they were saying like 3 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning, all day long, all night long.
Yeah.
Like, and again, like I said, like you said,
it's
why not
crazy.
take the phone? But
no, that's the thing. I was like 100, like literally, if
I
you
think
took
Jill
that
and Kendra
phone,
had a little bit of the housewife syndrome, and we're like, this is exciting.
Well, I think that Kendra was convincing Jill not to take away their phones.
Like this we need to get to the bottom of this.
Right. Like
so
if we take the phone, we're not going to get to the bottom of it. 100%. I definitely think Kendra is very manipulative, and I think Jill wanted a friend.
Yeah.
I think that's
I think
just
Jill liked a little bit of the
about the
drama, the way she was like, no, I still have the phone, and he's just not going to have a phone. But like, look, they just said this today, and they just like, I think there was an element. They said it was a very small, boring town. I think there was an element of excitement,
and a lot of those adults were just getting way too involved in teenage drama, like way too involved. Like,
so now things are getting to the point where they're telling her she needs to kill herself and to die and to eliminate herself and hurt herself. And so, I mean, the FBI obviously is like, okay, we take that seriously because that really can happen, and that does happen.
Yeah.
And I mean, at this point, Owen and the new girlfriend break up.
Of course,
she's like,
naturally.
Yeah, I can't.
Yeah.
She keeps texting my mom.
Yeah, that's weird.
And this is crazy.
It is.
And what's crazy is now, obviously, it puts doubt where the new girlfriend's like, well, are you like with this Chloe girl, or are you like, what is the deal?
Right. Yeah.
So now literally no one trusts anybody.
Right.
And he's like, oh my God, no, I'm not.
Right.
And now Jill, Owen's mom, says that he starts displaying anger and depression. He's starting to take it out on the basketball court. He's starting to act aggressive, and he's like a different person. And he was that all-American boy. All-star,
yeah. I mean, how could you not be after all of that?
Yeah. I would probably feel, I know when you're being targeted, the stress and anxiety that incurs, whether you show it on the outside or not. It is very stressful.
It's so bad. Yeah.
It's so 100%.
bad. It's actually crazy. Like, I just think that like it took too long to get the FBI involved.
Yeah.
Like, because honestly, if you saw how fast that guy came in and solved it, like the second that they turned it over to the FBI, it was literally less than a week before it was solved.
Yeah. Right. And Chloe's parents, I think that Jill was looked at as like kind of a hero at points, because like, oh, she was fighting for it. No, Chloe's parents were like, motherfucker. Like, they were in that school, and they're like, no, I'm telling you right now, this, and this.
Right.
And
they were right. They were right about who it was. They were right about, and that's the thing is like a lot of people like have tried to paint them online as some weird like, oh, like you're just going to make excuses for your daughter. Was their daughter a bully? Allegedly. But that doesn't mean that she did this.
Right.
Like
they said there was 2 instances, and it was with Adriana, Owen's cousin.
Right.
Who said she was not, they were, you know,
they like threw carrots at her.
Girls.
They threw carrots at her. Yeah.
And I'm anti-bully. I shouldn't say the mean popular girls like in a minimizing way, but that's what it was. It wasn't like,
and they're also in middle school.
Yeah. They weren't tormenting anybody. They were being assholes, and they shouldn't have done that. And that is what it is. It's a separate issue. But that was that, and then this incident. So they were like, there wasn't like 20 incidents or like, but Owen said, you know, she's not the nicest girl.
Yeah.
So she just had mean girl syndrome, which again, nobody should do that, but doesn't.
Yeah, but it happens. Like,
she doesn't need to be tormented for a year straight.
No.
So next on the timeline, do you have?
It's the FBI. That's what happens next. So they turn it over to the FBI. The FBI, at first, Jill is cooperating with them in terms of like, she's like, here's all the people I think it is. They're going through the list. They're looking through the things. They're like, it's none of these people. It's none of these people.
Well, let's just say the FBI got a search warrant for So what they did is they found out it was by a texting app.
Yeah.
That disguises your number. Then they had to get a search warrant that app was through Verizon. So then they had to get the search warrant for Verizon.
Right.
Then they had to get the search warrant from Verizon to go to the IP addresses, because the IP addresses is what uses these texting apps.
Right.
So they had to go through like 3 or 4 different stages.
Yeah.
And then they finally said, we got the IP addresses.
Yeah.
So the next step was
to match the phone
finding
numbers.
out every number in Jill, who is Owen's mom's, let's start there.
Yeah.
Send us all the kids' contacts numbers that you know.
Exactly.
None
Well, it wasn't. It was at first. It was like, send us who you think it might be.
Right. Well,
and then after that,
said all the kids.
Yeah, and then after that, he's like, just give me the whole contact list.
And so they said they dumped it.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, before this happened, before the IP address thing came about, Chloe voluntarily submitted her phone. And they dumped it, which I don't know if anybody knows that term, but dumping it means they can get deleted text messages. They get everything. They got all they're able to uncover everything that was in that phone. And they found not one thing that said she was the one sending these texts. Not one.
Right. No proof at all.
While Chloe had her phone in police custody, the texts were still coming through. And it was as if it was from Chloe saying, these assholes dumped my phone.
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah. They didn't find anything. Ha ha. Gotcha. They still haven't caught me. And they're like, Owen was like, how is she sending this?
And why would she?
And
why would you admit
herself.
To do it? Yeah, exactly. They even sent a picture of her
Chloe.
and
Owen.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they were like, and then everybody was like, she wouldn't
send a picture of herself.
And then where she have a secret phone? Like,
right.
What do you mean?
Yeah, that's crazy.
So,
but yeah, so then they're going through every single person on this list, and they finally find one number that's connected to both things in every single instance, and both of those 2 IP addresses are registered to Kendra Licari. And I could
Lauren's mom.
I could not imagine
mother.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine like knowing that my mom was I have been wanting to kill myself, and my mom is, well, I can't imagine that, but for different reasons. Right. I was about to say, I can't imagine. I go, actually.
Well, be careful. Not currently, but
yeah, not currently. No. Just when I was surprise, 14.
Right.
Crazy, actually.
Yeah.
And so it ended up being Kendra.
Yeah. So here's where it gets weird. Because there's controversy here. And I see why, but I also don't. I think that this child who was raised by this maniac mother who wasn't abusive physically, who wasn't on the outside an abusive woman, because she's worse than that.
Yeah.
She's a closet narcissist,
right?
Maniacal, manipulative psychopath. So I think her daughter has a trauma bond with her and doesn't know it. She's a young girl.
Yeah.
She doesn't know any different.
No, I don't think it does either. And this happens in December of 2022.
FBI.
When Kendra is confronted about the search.
So then the police show up to her house and say, guess what, Kendra? We need to have a little talk. We have a search warrant for all your devices, including your laptops.
Right.
And she... I can't stand her face. I'm sorry.
There's a clip that I know that is missing from there, because the police a little bit later on, when they talk to the dad and he reveals the 2 phone
that
thing,
she has another phone,
she has a separate phone. The police said, "Oh, did you drop that when you were trying to run from us in the beginning?"
Well, okay. So yes, they did say that, but they said when you were walking around the back. I don't know that she was physically running. But she did try to walk away from them. Yeah. 100%.
Yeah. 100%. I mean, to discard the evidence that was in her 100%. Hand. Like, that's why.
100%.
But yeah, so basically they're confronting her, and Lauren is not present at the beginning time.
Right.
But
when
then
they're outside.
They call Lauren in there, and
which I thought was a little odd.
I did too. I thought it was so weird because Lauren is still a minor.
And
I didn't like that sheriff. Honestly, I'm going to be so real. I didn't like the sheriff.
I didn't like him either.
I think
Why would you call? So they're in her house, mind you. This is not at the police station.
Yeah.
This is not in an interview room. This is at their home.
Right.
He's doing like an interrogation.
Yeah.
And is literally telling the mother, we know, blah, 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 give us your phones, this and that. And she was kind of just like, what? No. And then finally goes, well, it didn't start that way.
Yeah.
And then they call Lauren in, and Lauren's sitting there and doesn't even get told like fully, like, it was your mom, by the way.
No.
They were just like,
talking about, kind of vaguely talking about how her mom was doing it, but they didn't say, hey, your mom has been doing it. It's just her mom being like, I'm sorry, and like comforting her, and she's clearly disassociating. Like there's not, she's picking at her hands, she's picking at her feet, she's chewing on her lips. She does not know what to do. She's clearly very uncomfortable. Like
they should have had a social worker there.
Yeah.
They should have had
her dad there before.
They should have had this not in their home.
Well, I mean,
they should have brought them down to the station and sat them all down and had the detective.
But I don't think they can arrest them until they have the evidence that, like,
no, you not arrest them. You can ask them to come down and talk to them, and they can say no.
Yeah.
But I think at that point,
yeah,
she wasn't saying no.
Yeah, I do. That's the only thing that I'm like, I think she should have gotten arrested.
Well, they said that they needed a confession. So
and she did. Like, that's why I was like,
well, and then, so the one detective said it wasn't a full-blown confession. It was a non-denial.
Yeah.
And he said it sucks because you have to have them go, I did this,
right,
blah, 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 blah. She just kept saying it didn't start that way. Like, she didn't say, no, I didn't do it. And he's like, I need you to say it.
Right.
And she wouldn't full blown be like, that was me sending the text the whole time. She said, well, it wasn't at first. And
yeah, somebody else sent the first one.
And blah, blah, blah.
I'm like, okay. Like, so, okay, you didn't send 14,000 text messages. You sent 13,999.
Right. I was like, so somebody else sent the first ones and then you kept it. It sounds so ludicrous. And then you kept it going
because you were trying to figure out who that person was.
Yeah. And then she said her reasoning was because she thought if she did that, then they would maybe find out. They would start asking more questions.
Right.
And I'm like, no, you're actually just a maniac.
No, that's crazy. It's like, yeah. So here's the thing. I'm going to figure out who's robbing these banks by like going and robbing banks.
Yeah.
And then I hope that one of the tellers is like, oh, you remind me of this other person that robbed the bank. Yeah. I'm like.
So the dad gets a phone call and says, you need to come home. He comes home and he loses his shit.
Yeah. And that's the other thing. I
don't think he lost it enough.
No, I don't think the police should have left because he literally was saying, if I'm left alone with her, I'm going to do something stupid.
So he called her parents, his wife's parents, and was like, you need to come get your daughter.
Yeah.
Like, put your wife up.
Yeah.
Like, put your daughter up.
Yeah. Because that's crazy.
And
he also didn't know that she hadn't been working for like a year.
So then they pan to, yes. So there's other things they found out that she got fired from 2 jobs like a year ago. Meanwhile, her husband has thought she's worked at 1 or more of these jobs for a year.
Right. It's like, now, where was she?
That's what. So they asked Lauren, like, what'd she do? She's like, oh, she'd always be like, yeah, she'd like get ready for work and stuff. And be like, I'm busy and I have to go to work.
Crazy.
Like, if this person is so mentally ill and she does not see it. So Lauren is a young child and is confused and loves her mom. And in the beginning, people criticized her because when she found out she's hugging her mom.
Well, her mom was forcing her.
Yes.
Like, very obviously,
but she kind of hugged her back. Like, some people were like, why wasn't she like...
Well, because she's in shock. Yeah. And it's her mom. Yeah. And she's a kid. Yeah. Like,
so I was like, let's just relax. Like, it wasn't me or you finding something out like this. And we're like, are you... What?
Yeah. And even if, like, I have to be completely honest, like, if I found out that my online predatory bully for years had actually been my mom, I don't know that I don't think I could process it in that moment.
No, yeah. 100% she was probably like, we've been trying to figure this out for years and it's my mother. What?
Which is insane.
Who she's like, she was my best friend. We were very close.
Yeah.
Well, she probably thinks they were very close, but
yeah.
We'll get to the text that she sent her from prison because they were absolutely horrifying.
Yeah, the emails and stuff. Yeah.
And by horrifying, I mean so loving that it was disgusting.
And like lack of accountability at all whatsoever.
Lack of accountability.
Like there was no accountability.
So the dad's mad and he's like, what the heck? But obviously Chloe gets her moment to be completely cleared of everything. Jill is in shock and upset.
Yeah, because this woman that she thought was her best friend,
was doing this to her and her son.
Yeah.
And to Lauren even. So everybody else involved, you know, it all gets put out there.
Yeah.
And obviously this starts going viral once she gets arrested.
Right.
So now there's a new element of trauma involved. Because now Lauren, her own mother, is all over the news, all over TikTok, all over Instagram.
Yeah.
As like, she's the one.
Right. That's crazy.
She was arrested.
Yeah. Well, in 2023, she pled guilty
to felony stalking of a minor.
Stalking a minor with only 19 months to 5 years.
Yeah.
And she only served 19 months.
She should have pled guilty to grooming.
No, grooming, virtual sexual harassment of a minor.
Yeah.
Bare minimum.
We're forgetting that it was her sending messages about Owen.
Most of these sexual messages were about addressed directed to Owen.
That's what Owen wants and does.
And for
with her.
years she would, and Owen said things like she would like, you know, like put her hand on his shoulder and cut up his food and like
mom. Yeah, she
would come to every single one of his games, even after him and Lauren broke up.
Get him things, do things for him, say whatever you need. But he's like, it wasn't in like a friendly mom way. It was like she was
obsessed with him.
She was obsessed with him.
Throughout all the interviews, like when they brought up Owen, she would not talk about him. Yeah. And that's one of the ways that you can tell.
He said she was attracted to me.
Yeah.
I feel like there might be something more that he's like just can't say.
Yeah.
But she for sure had an obsession with him, and Netflix did no justice by not focusing on that more.
On that, like it's that should have been
is sexually
harassing
and obsessed
a 14-year-old little boy. And the other thing that did kind of upset me a little bit in the documentary, and I'm being nitpicky here, is the fact that when they were showing these pictures of Owen, they were like, oh yeah, she was attracted. They were showing pictures of current Owen. They weren't showing him when he was 14 years old.
And they showed purposely like the one of him in the basketball jersey.
Yeah.
He's like 6 foot tall and muscular.
Yeah, he was 14.
Which, by the way, doesn't matter. He was still 15 at that point, or 16 at that point.
It makes it look less bad than it makes him look more manly and makes it look, it begs that question. It's that weird thing that it's like, like for some reason, like women pedophiles are not held to the same accountability. Right. I mean, a lot of men aren't either, but like it's insane to me that like this is blatantly in our face and we're not like, she's a pedophile.
No,
she's just a pedophile.
She texted her daughter mean stuff. It's like
no, she didn't bully her daughter. Yeah, she did text her daughter mean stuff. That's true, and she also was sexually harassing a 14-year-old boy.
Yeah. Yes.
Like that's the part about it. Like she's like
and obsessed with him. I do believe she was
obsessed with him.
So she got sentenced. You know, at her hearing, Jill spoke and Owen spoke, and obviously at this point, did Sean leave her?
Yes,
he did.
Yeah, immediately, yes.
Well, it said that, but I was like, did they stay apart?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, because
now, I know Lauren didn't see her for a year and a half.
Well, no, Lauren's still not allowed to see her.
Yeah, but that was a 2023. So that was, they said at that point of the interview, it had been a year and like 16 or not 16. Yeah. A year and 11 months. Like it was almost 2 years that she has not seen her.
Yeah. And she's not allowed to see her until 2026.
Yeah.
Which is,
well, they're trying, she's trying to get that overturned.
Who?
Kendra.
Of course.
She put in a motion to have that overturned by the court because she needs her daughter.
Yeah. And
which tells me what do you mean she needs her daughter?
Yeah. Here's the thing. Lauren kind of made it clear that she's not interested in a relationship with her mom right now at the end.
So that's where I got confused because she said that, but then she's like, I really think rebuilding is the healthiest thing.
Two different clips, 2 different times.
The one where her hair was short, the recent one, she said at the very end, the long-haired one where she's sitting on the bed is the old one.
Yeah.
And then now her hair's like about right here, and she looks older. And she said, at this time, I don't have contact with my mom, but I do think that it will be healthier to rebuild a relationship eventually.
When the time is right.
When the time is right.
Yeah. that was a very political answer.
Where some people, I know.
Yeah.
I
I think she only said that. I think she only said that so her mom wouldn't bully her on the internet anymore.
Right.
Like.
Right. Like it was like I'm just going to keep it.
Right. Yeah. I'm just going to keep it whatever.
Mind you, she's
like
still young.
Yeah.
Like, she's still a child.
Yeah. I think she's like,
but I'm glad she has her dad, because she's like, we're really
she's at least
close
18 now.
And
yeah.
We're,
yeah. Her and her dad's relationship has turned out awesome.
Yeah.
Like they really, that was really great. I just think that it's.
Now, real quick, what were you going to say?
I just think that it's crazy that was her mom.
Well, really quick, they finally, towards the end, I wish they would have had her in more of the special, but they interviewed Kendra's cousin, who she grew up with and was close with at one point. It was her only sister's daughter. And she had quite a bit to say. Good things, too. She said she was the life of the party.
Yeah.
She was fun. She was there for you. If you ever needed her, you could call her and she'd be there for you.
Yeah.
But then she turns and goes, because she wanted the attention.
Yeah.
She was like, if she was here right now while you're interviewing me, she would be over here dancing.
To get your attention.
To get the attention off me.
Yeah.
She said she's the most manipulative person she ever met in her life. She said, I don't think in the 10 years that she was married to Sean, she probably ever told him the truth about anything.
Right.
She said she doesn't even believe that she ever worked at the place that she said she got fired from.
I also believe that.
She's like, I don't think she ever worked there.
Yeah, because I'm like, okay.
So that's what I'm saying.
Well, also, I do have to say, Sean, okay. How many times does this woman have to lie to you about paying the bills and you get kicked out of a place before you actually stop believing
that's what I'm saying.
that
I think there was multiple people in denial and multiple people at fault here.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, right. He like,
I'm
so
like,
where was the money? And she goes, well, I handled the finances. And what? Shoved the money up your ass? Like,
right.
Why wasn't he like, but we're both working, making good jobs.
Right.
And
well, she allegedly
like
she was telling him that like, oh, the bills are paid, and he wouldn't know that they weren't paid until they got an eviction notice.
Like, we've moved 4 times.
But
now.
yeah, I was like, but that happened 4 times.
But why wouldn't you be like?
Personally, I think drugs were involved.
Really?
Yeah, because look at her face. I'm sorry, like, and I don't mean that really like just because she's ugly.
Hideous.
She is ugly, but not just the ugliness. They look like they probably did drugs.
He's a little sus.
I'm sorry, but like as someone who grew up in a household of someone doing drugs, you can generally point it out.
And nobody else kind of seemed that way.
Well, like, yeah. Well, that doesn't mean they would be doing drugs.
I'm saying you can tell the difference.
Yeah,
there's a difference.
Yeah, there's a huge difference.
There's a difference. I don't care if we sound judgy. There's a look.
Yeah. Yeah, it's something in the under eyes. It's something in the teeth of it all.
It's something in the gaunt.
Yeah.
Like they both had this like
emptiness.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's possible. I can see that. Now, Kendra took zero responsibility and accountability. She said that it was childhood trauma, her own childhood trauma that caused this.
Yeah.
She said that
she got raped when she was 17.
She was raped. But she said when she would do this, it was like a different person. She blacked out and disassociated, and she was a wave came over her and she didn't know what she was doing. Right. And it wasn't her, but it wasn't a dual personality. It wasn't her in that moment. And she'd get sucked into it and do it for hours, sometimes at a time.
Right.
So, I mean, the cousin I thought needed to be focused on a little more because she had a separate insight on her. I feel like they could have gotten a little more from her. Just to get the insight of what actual type of person she was. I think that it wasn't just jealousy of her daughter and pedophilia. She is a human that needs to get, I think, help. A lot of severe mental help.
100%.
19 months in prison is not going to cut it. So I think that they should have focused more on the pedophilia. They should have focused more on her as a person.
Yeah, I feel like this documentary maker focused too much on the shock factor of it and not on the she was story, not the true story.
Right. Yeah. Like they should have focused more on Kendra as a person and the type of person she was. Right. That she's mentally ill, sick, liar, manipulator.
Right.
Maybe even did suffer from trauma that she didn't deal with.
Yeah, but that's not an excuse.
No, absolutely. None of her excuses were excuses.
And especially like Kendra, we know you sent the first text.
Kendra, we know you wanted Owen, you sick fuck.
Kendra is just nasty and disgusting and a horrible person, human being.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, I have my qualms with Jill. I do. I didn't at first. And
yeah, I think that Jill was also manipulated.
There's something,
but
I do know 100% was manipulated by Kendra, but there was part of me that I think Jill had a little bit of
too much excitement with it. Yeah,
there was excitement. I agree. It gave her something. Not that she got joy out of her son. I think that she was hurting and that she was trying to figure it out. But I think there was a little element. Again, they stress so much in this documentary that this was a small, boring town. Everybody knows everybody. There's nothing to do there.
So excited all you
by
do
this
is drama.
Out. So this like brought.
Yeah, I do agree. I think that she was very caught up in the drama of it all as well. And I think that she did enjoy the little bit of a limelight.
Yeah.
That was kind of obvious. I don't think that she's like the villain in this story, but I definitely don't think that she is like the hero of the story either.
Chloe's parents are.
I think Chloe's parents
got zero credit.
Literally Chloe's dad literally said, "Hey, I think it's this person that should be worth looking into." And her
mother was, again, looked at as like this hard ass, like, my daughter can't do no wrong. And she's like, I never even said that.
No.
She's like, I know how Chloe can be.
Right.
And she was like, you know, when her and her husband are sitting there and she was like, yeah, I'm fucking Sheriff Maine or whatever. Yeah. And he's like, he looks over, he's like, that's my wife.
Yeah.
He's
and
like,
he said, I was so proud of her for that.
I was so proud of her for that. And she's like, that was me saying good because I wanted to do worse.
Yeah.
But, I thought they were not focused on enough because they were trying to say like, hello, like something is wrong here. Like
they really tried to minimize the pedophilia of it all. Like that's the part
that wasn't even talked about.
No,
they didn't even talk about it except for Owen saying, I think she was attracted to me. Well, Jill did say, I think she had an obsession with Owen.
Yeah.
A sexual
for
obsession.
Like one sentence at the very end of the,
not talked about again.
Right.
They didn't ask her. Why didn't they ask Kendra?
No, I don't care. Every time they tried to bring up Owen, she would not talk about it.
They didn't I wanted to hear them say, "Did you have a sexual obsession with Owen?"
Right. I bet they did. I bet they did. So? Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
I wish they would have put it in there.
Every single time.
They should have put it in there. Even if she was silent, that would tell me everything I need to know.
Well, she probably would just deny it. She probably would just deny it.
I wish they would have put that in there because I would want to see her say that.
Yeah. And I just think, but the other part of it is I'm like, I don't think the documentary maker also was very forthcoming to Kendra how she was going to be painted in this either. So like there's like certain things like if you just straight up ask that, if we straight there, then she's going to know and she's not going to talk to us. Yeah.
Or I'm not consenting to this.
Yeah, exactly. Like
because they got to interview her, so that was pretty. Yeah, you're right. I could see that. They're like, if we push her too hard,
then
she
she's
might
not
be
going
like,
to tell us anything.
Yeah, I'm not doing this.
Right? She's like, you guys are not going to pay me as a pedophile.
Correct.
And I'm like, but
correct.
You
but her in the
interview,
she laughed, she cried.
Cried.
Yeah, her crying made me ill.
There were lots of movements, not a lot of tears.
So what I wanted to say real quick is when she was in prison, she had access to text, email. And, you know, obviously you get your phone calls and stuff, but prison's not jail. Sometimes there is more, you get a little more access to things than jail. I know it's crazy, but it's usually people that are going to be there for a little while. Yeah. So her texts to her daughter were, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. It was, you're my butterfly kisses, you're my butterfly wings. I love you so much. I miss you so much. Love, 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 love. And again,
I know at one point she said, I'm so mad at you for not saying I love you back.
I'm so mad at you because you didn't say I love you before you said bye or I love you back. And she goes, just kidding. I love you. I'm not mad at you. And then she put some weird thing at the bottom.
Yeah.
That was like, love you so much. Something.
She just grossed me out.
That was like not motherly. It was very weird. It was over the top, obsessive. Right. Like, you're so perfect. And I'm like, you just tormented your daughter for a year and a half.
Right. Crazy work.
Crazy but that's where that trauma bond comes in. Yeah. So she's like, my mom loves me.
Yeah. And I hated that they put the very end scene. Well, that's my mom and I still love her. Like whatever.
An old clip.
The old clip.
That was an old clip.
No, I caught she was that. Very much still suffering at that. And literally I saw that and it made me cry because, you know, a couple weeks ago when we talked about, like, I said, like, how, like, my mom is an addict and, like, I have come to the conclusion that, like, I feel honored to carry the burden of loving her even though she's an addict, right?
Right.
I think that that's fair for me to say because I am a grown-up adult. Actually, when this comes out, it will be my 30th birthday. Woo! So that's kind of crazy. But, like, I'm a grown adult and I have come to... It's totally fine. We'll do it. Yeah. It's totally, like, I have done a lot of work. I've done a lot of inner work. I've come to a lot of peace. This is me, like, years... I have not seen my mother in almost 10 years, okay? This is 10 years of separation from the situation and finally coming to peace with the fact that, you know, this is just how she's going to be. And you know what? She is my mom and I am still going to choose to love her.
Right.
But me as a traumatized child, like, I would have literally been like I used to cry and beg God not to make me like my mom.
Right.
So, like,
but what do we always say? Forgiveness and love does not mean allowance. It doesn't mean you have to allow or subject yourself to the behavior. So this poor girl, you're right. And they showed the old clip. Like I said, her sitting on the bed with the long hair. We can tell she looks younger.
Right.
Saying that.
I didn't like. I thought that
I don't
was
like that either because her end answers were different.
Right.
Her more recent answers were different. Yes, of course, I still
very
love my
different.
mom.
Yeah.
However,
I think I only want to be around her when the time is right.
Right.
And that is
my life is good now.
Yeah.
And I'm probably starting to break the trauma bond.
Right.
Obviously, like you said, she's not going to straight say these things.
Right.
But for them to end it with that also really bothered me.
100%.
Because that wasn't accurate.
Yeah.
And B, that was misleading.
Yeah.
And again, it vilified the little girl.
Yeah.
And like, what? You're crazy. You have Stockholm syndrome. You did this. You're part of this. Maybe you knew.
Yeah.
That's what I see a lot online. Maybe the little girl knew.
I'm like, you're fucking weird for saying that. Like, first of all, she's a kid. Even if she did know, she's a child. That's the thing. Even if she sat there and she planned out the entire thing, the thing is, that is a child and that is an adult. And it's the adult's responsibility.
You would know this more than me. One of the harder things to learn when you're a child is that I have to be careful with this one because it's kind of specific to personal things, is that, especially in a co-parenting situation, is that you have to teach your child that even if your own mother or father are doing the wrong thing or allowing you to do the wrong thing,
right,
you have to make the right choice.
Right.
So again, that is, or when the realization of knowing that your mother or father doesn't have your best interest. That's got to be difficult.
Yeah, it is.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, so for her to just be like, oh, well, okay, I understand this. Like, it's probably going to take more time to be like, wow, my mom did not have my best interest.
Yeah.
B,
it's so hard to accept that is the thing, because like my mom did, like, I lived in a trap house. Genuinely, there was parties there all the time. Like, I saw people nearly dead from doing drugs multiple times. I fought tooth and nail to make sure that we didn't get taken away from our mom.
Right.
I could not accept the fact that my mom was making those decisions and putting me in that danger.
Putting you in that position.
I could not accept that. I couldn't, because I was like, no, that's my mom. That's my mom. She's not going to do that. But she was doing that.
Me. My mom's got my best interest at heart.
Yeah. But that wasn't the case, and that's not what happened. And, you know, so it's really hard to come to facts with like, oh, hey, like the person that is supposed to love me and take care of me and literally brought me into this earth via her birth canal. Right. You know, that person hates me. Turns out they hate me. Crazy. Like, what do you mean? Because you can't tell me that she doesn't hate her daughter. You can't tell me that she's not jealous of her. You can't tell me that she doesn't want to be her. Sorry, I've said some really nasty things about Kendra Licari today.
I'm sorry.
I've made lots of Quasimodo comparisons.
I've literally put a side by side.
Yeah.
And they're twins.
They are.
I know we're not.
And I feel
I'm waiting for the non-Christian
I feel
comments.
so bad. Like atrociously bad comparing Quasimodo to Kendra Licari. I feel bad for Quasimodo, and I'm sorry that he even has to be a part of it. Yeah,
he's catching strays.
Yeah, he is catching strays.
Quasimodo is catching strays,
and it's not his fault.
To that monstrosity.
And I'm so sorry that
I think
Kendra Licari
with the Kendra name.
It's disgusting.
There's something with people named Kendra.
It's wild. It's like, who even, like, what, why?
It's like, if you name your child Kendra, no offense to any Kendras that aren't mentally ill and psychotic out there.
Full offense.
We haven't found them.
No.
So only Kendras we've been exposed to
have been wild and crazy.
Are not well.
Wild and crazy Kendras. That's all I have to say about that one.
That's all I have to say. They're never attractive either.
No. They're always strange looking.
Like really, really, like no features that are attractive at all. Not one.
No.
None.
I think like crazy eyes. And crazy eyes.
And
crazy eyes and little lips. They're like... That's all they are. It's like they're... Sorry. I'm sorry.
I just snorted in the camera.
That's fine. That's fine, guys. I was just bullying.
We're being bullies.
I'm being a bully now.
Forgive us, Lord. We are at a mental break.
I do hope the Lord forgives me. I don't care if y'all do.
Oh, yeah. I mean...
But yeah.
Well,
that's pretty much
the whole story. The mom is a jealous pedophile that was obsessed with her daughter's boyfriend.
Yeah. And just like
and texted
insane.
And tormented her for 2 years with a little break in between.
Mm-hmm.
And went to prison for it because it was, like I said, she was convicted of 2 counts of minor felony stalking.
Yep.
Should have been convicted of some kind of sexual harassment.
100%.
And should have been convicted of... There's got to be something about telling somebody that they need to die and they're going to kill them and suicide, kill yourself.
Like crazy. So
there's got to be, I mean, I think they could have gone for more.
Yeah. But, they should have. I definitely think that they should have gone for more.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's really it. I've said all my thoughts that I have to say on it. I think she's a disgusting human being, and
she's disgusting.
And
I hope her daughter finds the strength to forgive her, love her, but not subject herself to that person's not changing.
No.
There's people, I believe in change and I believe in God's redemption. I don't see her giving herself to any kind of
higher power.
Maybe she's too stuck in her. I do believe the Lord can heal all, but you have to actually want to.
But that's the whole point about free will. Is you have to choose God.
You have to choose.
Because if you don't choose God, then there's no point in.
So I'm not saying she's hopeless, but hopefully until she does come to that or something, her daughter finds the strength to continue living her happy life with her dad and whoever else is in her life. And it's okay. It's okay to break ties with abuse, toxicity, and
it's totally
evil.
fine. Like I said, I haven't spoken to my mom in 10 years.
It's in the
Do
Bible.
I love her? Do I love her? Absolutely. I love my mom, but I'm not going to speak to her.
I get it. People probably are like, we don't want to hear all this stuff about the Bible, but too bad. But it is.
Yeah.
You honor your father and mother, but you are allowed to remove.
It says honor.
Evil.
It says honor. It doesn't say obey.
It doesn't say forever
blind,
be abused
it doesn't say
by
blindly
them
obey. It doesn't
and
say
tormented by them.
Subject yourself to torture.
In
it
fact,
doesn't
there
say
is scripture that says it is okay to disassociate with people that are evil. And when I say evil, I don't just mean with the devil, but abusive, toxic, harmful, pulling you away from God, pulling you into the trenches. You are okay to forgive them, but not subject yourself.
Exactly. I completely agree. But I think that's a good wrapping up point too.
Okay. I do too.
Yeah. What time is it? Oh,
and it's again, like midnight and we're tired and it was a long day.
It was a good long day though, I think. If I remember correctly.
Aside from the horrific tragedies.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know.
Yeah, I agree. It was just a lot. And it was like a lot in the second half of the day.
Yeah.
First half of the day was like a great day.
It was like going strong.
Yeah.
Doing strong,
amazing,
man.
Like we left the lash appointment like, okay,
it was going strong.
Amazing. And then it's like all of a sudden 2 hours later, she's like, don't go on Twitter. I'm like, okay.
Don't go.
Don't look on
Don't
the
even
internet.
open your phone.
Don't even respond to this message.
I had to share the word. I was called to be like,
right.
No.
Right.
So anyways,
yeah, that's don't forget to like, comment, subscribe,
share. Can we get some shares?
I'm touching my nose to this right now.
Does it smell weird?
No.
There's no smell.
No, I guess
I smell like foam.
Anyways,
we're at the point of smelling our microphone.
Yeah, we have to. That was.
We have to go.
I spent too much time sniffing that microphone just now. Different angles too. So I'm sorry.
It's our own mics though, so I can.
Yeah. No. I'm like. I guess that just. I was like. I guess my breath doesn't smell.
No. No. Not at all.
Because I get really close to this thing. So.
It smells like a little bit of foam.
Yeah. Yeah. Mine actually smells like minty and like roses.
Mine.
I'm just kidding.
Like mine doesn't. Mine smells like foam. Shit.
Like, dang, I need to. No, I was just kidding.
All right.
I was lying.
We need to.
Okay.
This is where we come at a crossing roads of
All right.
complete. I almost said dementia. To delirium.
Delirium.
Yep. Yeah, we're there.
That's what this should say.
That should just say unfiltered and delirious.
Yeah, no, literally. Delirious.
So hopefully you guys watch because it was really hard for us to do this episode tonight.
Sorry. Sorry. Oh my god, she just loves attention so much.
Pick me
that was
energy.
So pick me
energy.
But yeah. Only pick me if you need something to watch. Okay? Then you can pick me and watch it.
Can somebody also really quick, can somebody come up with like a different insult than saying anything about weight or fat? Like,
oh yeah.
To hear what you got.
Yeah, I love, you know what? When people, like, I've had people call me fat and like, duh. It's like,
I literally replied to somebody. I was like, I was like, oh my God. She was like, really?
That's
no way.
Crazy.
Like, oh my God. I thought we were like 100 pounds.
I never knew, like, especially like since I weighed myself this morning, I didn't realize that it was coming across that way, guys. Like
come up with something.
Oh my God, you can tell. You can tell.
Please.
I thought I was the only one that could see myself.
Like anything.
Like,
you can
be
lie
so
and
real.
say ugly, but
yeah, that's the thing. It's actually crazy. But yeah, that kind of stuff doesn't really affect me because I'm just like, okay, you're weird. I'm like, they're like, you're fat, and I'm like,
literally have.
I was like, that's why your dad pays me.
That right?
Like, what? Do you? Come on.
One guy made a comment that said like we weren't gonna get invited to the orgy tent, like we're not gonna get any invitations, and
I'll have you know, I've been invited to many orgies.
Well, hold on. I'm trying to be a better person, and I'm failing. So I have to work on that, and I need to figure out where I'm failing because I immediately looked at his profile picture, and I was like, I know you ain't talking smack with that being your wife in your profile picture.
Because
this girl.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Girl. You have some balls of steel to be having that.
Right.
Publicly in your profile picture.
Yeah.
With you and be talking smack on anybody. I was like, homie.
This is pot calling kettle black.
You're not just playing with fire, you're playing with lava.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I know it looks pretty, but it burns.
I was like, are you well?
No, clearly not.
And
that's why
struck a little nerve. Struck a little nerve with him, but he didn't have it. He wasn't like, no, you're ugly. He had nothing to say, but it struck a nerve.
Yeah, exactly.
He was like, you're dumb.
Yeah. I'm like, come on, listen. Here's the thing. If you give me an insult and I click on your profile and you're like the hottest person I've ever seen in my life, I might be like, oh, damn.
It never is.
Damn.
It never is.
I've never had that happen. I've not one time have I ever had a pretty girl hate on me.
They don't.
Never have I had an attractive man hate on me.
The crazy part is when the dude is with
Quasimodo's cousin.
He's with a warlock or like King Kong, and he'd be crazy. Talking. I'm like, all right, take a little step back. You gotta take a steppy step back and reevaluate what you got going in your own house, and just let it be.
I agree.
Let it be.
Literally, it's totally fine to let it go and just
let it be.
Live your own life. That's fine.
Okay, bye.
Yeah,
we have to
bye.
go.
Yeah, because I don't care. I don't care what people have to say about me. Like, come
on.
I
was just saying, can they come up with something?
Yeah, something better. Like, I mean, if you have something really good, I'll be like, oh damn, like that was good. Like,
no, it's never like
I one time that I ever saw
till they're crispy.
Yeah, the one time I ever saw, like somebody like insulting us I thought was funny. It was that one time when we talked about the furries, and the girl was like something about they're just selling podcast equipment to anybody now, and I was like, damn. No, and
I think I replied and was like, dang. I was like, you're right, but you can't buy it with food stamps, and like I said something and still cooked her, and she was like,
no, away. I just thought that was so funny. I was like, damn, you're so right. They're selling it to anybody.
When there's good ones, but it's rare and few and far in between.
Yeah, it's so rare.
We usually don't get a lot of negative.
No, not really. It's just
like one or two. Sorry,
you're good.
One or two people, men.
Oh yeah, naturally
will somehow try to comment on body type and or. That's really it. That's really it.
Yeah, so, that's really all they can talk about. It's crazy.
Yeah, we don't really care. It's also crazy.
Yeah. I just think that's silly.
I'm like wheezing coming out.
Yeah. No, that's the thing. Like, get me in there. Listen, I grew up with all boy cousins. You know what I mean? Let me in that roast. Like,
dude.
Let me in it.
It's like a forte of I can cook.
So let's just whip it up.
We can cook. The best part is when you have haters and or negative comments. There's certain people that know how to cook, and there's certain people that don't.
Yeah,
we know how to cook. I'm sorry. I can 100% say that. And it's not even a flex. I'm not proud of it. I'm not proud that I can probably make them question a lot of things.
Yeah, I'm not proud that I can incinerate your freaking ego.
By one comment, I can make you probably think about it for the next 3 hours. Like, I'm not proud of that.
Yeah.
That's not my way that I'm trying to be anymore.
Yeah.
But sometimes you just got to even tell them stay blessed. Yeah. And that really infuriates them.
Yeah.
I'll pray for you.
Yeah. I'll be like, dear 7 pounds 3 ounce baby Jesus in Nazareth. Have you seen Ricky Bobby Shake and Bake?
I have.
That's what that's from, by the way.
I didn't remember that, but I have.
Every time they're praying, they get more specific on Jesus.
Yes, you're right. At the dinner, yes, you're right. I do remember that. I didn't remember the exact words.
Brown hair and eyed little baby wrapped in a manger, swaddling blanket, 7 pounds 3 ounce baby Jesus. I'm like, okay. All right.
I will say this. I rebuke.
Yeah. What if I was like, I will say this?
Bye. I rebuke all evil and spiritual warfare and ill intentions of others and the warfare on us in the world. I rebuke in the name of Jesus. Okay, bye.
Bye.
In the shadows, I found my light. In the chaos, I found my